Hey, nerdy sports fan here. We're talking week 13 NFL action, and this is a juicy one. All right, we've got the Patriots going on the road to see the Houston Texans. Now, there's one team that demolished the Patriots, and that's the Ravens, obviously. They did it because their offense has a dynamic to it that's always really been a problem for Bill Belichick's defenses, and that's a mobile quarterback. I don't think Deshaun Watson should be run around in the way Lamar Jackson is. Deshaun Watson has proven to be very injury prone. However, when you have a chance to beat the Patriots late in the season at home to further cement your playoff seeding, I think you take some risks. So the offensive line is pretty bad for Houston. Every offensive lineman on the planet will tell you what they prefer to do is run block over pass blocking. It's very, very simple. You have a big, steak-eating, meaty guy up there, and he just wants to manhandle people. And that's what you do in the running game. In the passing game, you step back. It's a defensive position. It's okay, I got to keep you away, instead of, okay, I'm going to murder you. It's a very strong difference, and I'm sure hearing it out loud really helps people realize why offensive linemen prefer to run block. Now, I bring that up because even a bad offensive line, when given a run-heavy game plan that they can stick to, can perform well. Generally speaking, when you say you have a bad O-line, you mean they can't protect the quarterback. Almost any O-line can run block. So if they create a run-heavy attack, and they have the personnel for it, Texans can win this game. Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson, and Deshaun Watson all getting carries with some dynamic changes, side-to-side movement that keeps the defense off balance, like what the Ravens did to them. You can beat the Patriots. Now, that's a tall order, but this team's very good at home. Very good at home. And I think the Patriots' record is largely built up by inferior competition. They've played two good teams all season, the Ravens and the Bills. They beat the Bills barely. They got lumped up on by the Ravens. So Houston is now, you'd say either second or third best team that the Patriots have played against. And it's going to be close. But I think Houston's got a win in them. I really do. Because of the run dynamic. Because they can try and mirror what the Ravens did to the Patriots. And they should have a certain amount of success with it. Now, the Patriots' defense is predicated on Stephon Gilmore taking away half the field. That's fine. Take away half the field. Okay. What about the other half? Houston has an interesting thing where they have, on the other side of their all-pro, fantastic receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, they have Will Fuller, who on almost any other team would be the number one wideout. He's extremely talented, and he can run faster than the speed of frickin' light. So, yeah, take away half the field all you want. That just means Will Fuller is going to get less attention. And Deshaun Watson's got one of the best deep balls in the game today. Combine that with a receiver that can run past literally anybody, this defense has some problems to deal with. So they got to get a lot more interesting in coverage. So they have to depend on the front four to do their damn job against the running game. And any sort of interesting running game dynamic that Houston can put into play for this week can really murder the Patriots simply because of having that deep threat. That's why people get them. Take the top off of defense is a thing. It means that you have to have two safeties deep instead of just one. Yeah. So start Carlos Hyde. I know, I get it. The Patriots have a great defense. They really do. They have a great defense. They're going to be busy with other things. Carlos Hyde is going to be able to slip away on a couple of big runs, and they're going to use him in order to dictate the pace of the game. So he'll get volume, and when they get into the red zone, he's the red zone guy. So he's going to get red zone touchdowns. He's going to get a lot of touches to manage the pace of the game. So I think he's going to score well this game. Come on up, Doug. Come on. Anyways, the person to really avoid is actually Hopkins. Hopkins has a terrible matchup this week. He's always a start, but I hope you have somebody better for a number one wideout to rely on, because Hopkins is probably going to have the worst game of his season going up against Stephon Gilmore, who is the best corner in the league. I'm a little pissed that he left my team to join the Patriots, but I'll deal. Gilmore will take Hopkins away. Hopkins isn't fast enough to get away from him. So, Gilmore's physical, and he's going to be able to match Hopkins for that physicality. So the play at wide receiver for Houston is definitely Fuller. They might have some Kiki Kuti mixed in, but it's Fuller all day. Start Deshaun Watson. I shouldn't have to tell you that. The guy's a guaranteed start every week. He'll have a bad game now and again, but for the most part, with his legs and his arm combined, he's just matchup proof. The Patriots defense still should get a start. They're going to create turnovers. They're going to create sacks. There's not enough defenses out there that are good enough to put them on the bench really ever. I see for the Patriots, because of the injuries they've sustained at wide receiver with Philip Dorsett and Mohamed Sanu, you got to keep an eye on that injury report. If Sanu is back or Dorsett is back, either one of those guys change the dynamic of this game. I like Sanu. I think he's the big-bodied guy that the Patriots have needed. And if he can come back for this game, he needs to be started. But otherwise, the only person ever really reasonable to start for this offense is Edelman. You never know what running back's going to get it, if it's going to be White, if it's going to be Sony Michel, and they don't really run the ball very well anyway. So Edelman, that safety blanket for Brady, and that's it. This is not a fantasy numbers offense at all. Again, keep an eye on the injury report. If Sanu is healthy, take a flyer on him. Wide receiver 3, flex play kind of thing. But otherwise, just Edelman. As far as the line goes, Patriots are favored by 3. I bet Houston all day. Obviously, I think they're going to win. So, yeah, you're just adding to the cushion of what I think is going to happen. So, I bet Houston. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to have a really good showing because they're trying to clinch a playoff spot. They want to clinch the division. The Colts are faltering right now, and they gotta take advantage of that. This is going to make the Patriots game against the Bills later in the season real interesting. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit up the rest of the videos for more fantasy advice. Check out my post-game videos as well. See you next week, guys.